who will be the best quarterback in the AFC East now that Tom Brady's gone?
Believe it or not, I think it's going to be Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. And hear me out here, my thinking. First of all, let's understand something. The Buffalo Bills are exceptionally well coached. Sean McDermott can coach. I think he's proven that. That's number one. Number two, this defense is real. They were number 2 overall. They were number 3 in yards allowed. They were number 4 against the pass. With Levi White and Tre'Davious and those boys, I just think that they've got a secondary that is big time. You got this kid, Jordan Phillips and Shaq Lawson, who can help get to the quarterback. You got to give credit where credit is due in terms of what we saw from that defense. And then you think about the elevation of Josh Allen himself. I think his coming out party to some degree was against the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. Made my turkey day because I watched this kid get unleashed by McDermott in terms of running the football, using his legs in order to pull that off. I think that will make him more of a threat more effectively. I think the Lamar Jackson effect has contaminated and will contaminate a lot of quarterbacks in the National Football League. I think you'll see them running a little bit more. We saw Mitchell Trubisky running the football a little bit more in the second half of the season, which I thought helped him a little bit. I think the same can be said for Josh Allen. I think the fact that you've acquired Stephon Diggs from the Minnesota Vikings, that's an additional weapon, because you had John Brown there, obviously. Devin Singletary, I like him a lot. I think they're a better team with him in the backfield, even though it was mad respect to Frank Gore and his career. But in the end, with Tom Brady out, I got Jarrett Stidham. I don't know who the hell's going to be the dude in Miami, okay? And the New York Jets, I don't want to get into Gayson. I don't want to do that to you, Ryan Clark. I'll leave that alone. But am I supposed to believe, as much as I like Sam Darnold, am I supposed to believe, fellas, in the Jets, second worst offense in points, absolute worst in yards accumulated, second worst running attack? All of a sudden, the draft is going to change your fortunes. There's no knock against Sam Darnold, but I think he's surrounded by a tough situation that Joe Douglas and Adam Gase is going to have to fix. I think Josh Allen is in the best situation to succeed for this upcoming season, because that's all I'm talking about. This upcoming season, I think he will emerge as the best quarterback in the AFC East.
Well, the Bills certainly seemed to figure some stuff out with him in the second half of last season. He got more consistent, and that's great. And I agree with you, raw talent, Stephen A. Josh Allen is the guy. But it's not just about raw talent in the NFL. A lot of it's not just, when we talk about the draft, not just drafting, it's drafting and development. And I trust whoever the signal caller is for the Patriots, the New England Patriots, more than I do whoever the quarterback is for the Bills or the Jets or the Dolphins, for that matter. I don't think Stidham has a job with Bill Belichick just because. He's pretty good. You draft a guy in the second round if you're Belichick. By the way, you draft a quarterback, period. It's because you think he can play, and more importantly, that he can play for you. That there are things that you can do with him that lead to wins, playoff appearances, advancing in the playoffs. Stidham didn't just, he's not a rookie. He's been holding the clipboard for a guy who's pretty good for a little while. And he's the last man standing. Now, I understand Garoppolo, they forced his way out of town, and Brissett seemed like a choice by Belichick, but he's the guy who they then drafted and developed and will be taking over for a team. But right now, you'll say they're bereft of weapons, they're devoid of any kind of offensive this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And I have a feeling we'll look up at a certain point and go, damn, Patriots about to win double digits. And Stidham will be the quarterback who I believe surprises people, Stephen A. And if it's not Stidham, because they pull a deal for a veteran quarterback, then there'd be a good reason for that too. Whoever it is, I believe the Patriots will have the best quarterback in the AFC East.
It's crazy. Coming on here, I was all ready to start my statement the exact way that Max did it. And the longer Max talked, the more he talked me out of believing that statement. Coming on, I was like, man, there is no way I'm going to say that Josh Allen is going to be the best quarterback. And as soon as Max said that, I was like, dang it, Max took my thing. I was going to go with whoever the Patriots quarterback was because I thought for sure it wasn't going to be Jarrett Stidham. I knew that Bill Belichick had to have some type of trick up his sleeve to get someone else after the draft. But if we're going with Jarrett Stidham, there's no way I stay there. And the more Max talked, I thought to myself, wait, he's speaking about Tom Brady. I know that Max thought that Tom Brady fell through the valley or the ditch or the mountain or whatever it was.
Ravine.
He fell.
Well, it was a cliff.
But the last
it was a
time,
cliff and then a ravine.
The ravine.
A ravine. Yes.
There it is, the ravine. But I remember the greatest quarterback of all time playing for the New England Patriots last year, especially down the stretch of the season. I don't know if that guy was the best quarterback in the AFC East. If you look down the stretch of the season, it was probably Josh Allen, especially when he ran the football. And now you look at Josh Allen having Stephon Diggs and what they gave up to get him because they know he's a true number one receiver. He's going to draw the matchups that you want to see out of your guy on the outside. Now Cole Beasley opens up. We saw what John Brown was able to do last year. And Singletary is the star who you draft in the mid-rounds of last year's draft. I think Josh Allen can take the next step. If we can get some of the accuracy downfield, which people have been waiting on him to gain or waiting on him to learn or waiting on him to be taught, I think Josh Allen takes that next step into being a quarterback who we talk about with the Lamar Jacksons and hoping that Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold get to that point. Right now, he's the second best quarterback of that class, and I expect him to continue getting better. I'm not a fan of Josh Allen. I never was, but I have seen his progression, and this is kind of just picking who's going to be the best of the dudes who aren't really great in the AFC East. But when you talk about the New England Patriots and you say that a guy like Jarrett Stidham or just anyone can step in and be good there because people have been good there, we're not talking about the wins, Max, the fact that they can win double-digit games because that's Bill Belichick. That's not going to be the quarterback.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.